So what I'm about to show assumes that you saw our video on punching, 1 inch, 3 inch, and that kind of thing. And it's going to kind of pick up from there, except now I'm going to talk a little bit more about use and chain punches. Alright, so to begin with, if you're out here with this and bend that elbow and make sure the shoulder's down and that your other body mechanics are correct, and that of course is in the first video, and then from here, my other fist is about the same distance out as my elbow of the other arm. So there. This comes out and down. This one comes out. It does not, this one's not really retracting as much as this one is going out. And so it's here. Notice this is now at the distance of that elbow, which is bent, shoulders down. And it's here, and I'm coming out about chin. Now I'm not really doing it this way, obviously, otherwise you're hitting yourself in the chin. You're gonna be out about the distance that your elbow is from your face, so about this much. And it should be enough, come out here once. So stand like this once. What happens if your tilt is here, somebody could run that back into your face and you really can't, you'll break the structural position here and you can't stop them. So it's gotta be out here just enough that doesn't happen. So let's do that first. Make sure that this one right now, he's got it here. Put it here so that it's at the distance of that elbow. Make sure the shoulders are down like that. And then from here, switch them. And when you switch them, make sure that this one is here, not back here. For the same reason we said, put it back there again. Don't let me take it to your chest. So it's got to be out here at this distance for that not to happen. Do that much and then we'll do some more. Alright, so what I talked about so far was having that elbow down, having that shoulder down, making sure this was here, making sure that this way that it's not going to collapse here, instead be held. The distance of that elbow is the distance of your hand from here. It should not come closer to you than that while you're throwing these punches and actually working. So if it comes back as close to me as that did, that's too close in, and it's too easy for somebody to pin that to you while they're attacking you if they're really jumping into you. So from here, that's as close as I want to let that come, is that hand width right there. So you can check that, and then the other trick to that is making sure that you still keep everything else. Now, in terms of height, I use my chin this way, and on the bottom of that, it'll be, if you straighten your arm out, that way, without moving the rest of this, which is about your belly button, that's the height. So start from here, try not to let it come back in there, which means this isn't retracting, it's out and down, and this one's already up like this, and think about it like turning a bike tire, except instead of being in this position, for this, it's mostly this position. And I'll actually do it where I'll flip these down like this, and kind of do it, and then can always turn it however you need to, when you need to. But the reason for that is that if he's hold that arm up kind of strongly, you know, hold the arm up kind of strongly, Gura, I don't want to take the edge of my bone there and do this, and it's hurting me. Of course, you train up for that and all that stuff. But if I flip my arm over, right, then I can just crash that right through his arm. It could also come on the meat side and sort of do that same thing. But if you hit on the edge of that bone and they're really trying to make it hard on him, if he hits on the edge of that bone that I'm putting out there doing that, it might hurt me, but it's probably going to hurt him. And so I either turn it or turn it so that I'm this way, and then notice by boom this way, and if you notice, I've got that amount of space that we're talking about. And so work those and we'll do some more. Okay, so now what I would recommend to you is like the easiest way to kind of get to that next step, and then we'll break it down a little bit after you've seen this clip and worked it, is pretend that you got a speed bag hitting there and it's going fast, and you don't want to draw to here because the bag's going to go a whole bunch and your hand's over here. So keep your hands out there and think real tight, real small, boom, 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 boom. And you can even do it here if you want it first, and then kind of turn them a little more vertically, and or you could turn them so that the backs of the forearms or the front or the sides, but being aware not to hit something super hard with the side of that arm like that, right? This way, and notice my elbow is staying that distance we talked about out from the body. So if somebody wants to push into that, I'm behind that instead of it collapsing into me. All right, so I'm here, do it tight at first, make it a little tighter, and then make it back to the size you started with, and then make it bigger. Tighter, bigger, tighter, bigger. And notice on the bigger one, you end up with that kind of a range, just high enough that somebody's going to have to really do something special to come around and try to get over top of you. And here, so that you're really protecting that area really well. Make sure to breathe this way, and like I say, you can always lay it there or this way. And so practice that. Smaller, tighter, bigger, 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 and notice these never, even at large size, I'm still hitting that bag, so they never start really jumping back into me. All right, try it, and then we'll do some more. The hand position in terms of relationship to each other is not here, right? It's one over top of the other, this way. So it's not even like here, and there's this little bitty gap in there, or this place where they sort of start to come together. It's no, they occupy that same space, this way. And part of that is if there's something in front of you, we'll do it, yeah, from there. I want to be able to take that down and notice. See, if I come here and it's out here, he sees this coming, and also look at where his hand is, and it's in the way. So I want to do the same space. So I occupied and covered that space, and then I'm right in there behind that. As soon as I've done that, speed bag wise, I don't pull back in, bang, and you do it again and again, and this downward is, wow, knocking that out of the way, boom, boom, boom. And each one of these, the hit itself, mostly, like especially if I'm hitting something hard, it's not, which if you've watched enough real fighting stuff knows most of the time it's going to result in broken knuckles, or certainly more often than not, especially if it's multiple hits. You know, you've broken your hand. But the hit isn't that. The hit is, hold a hand out there. The hit's not this way on the hard part of the head. It's this. Yeah, sorry. It's that. And that way. So they're all cutting into and downward through. So it's more of a scrape. So you'll get maybe some nasty scrape knuckles. But as long as you're training this properly, I'll use his chest here for a second. Gently, but there. You really should be okay. It's brick behind there, by the way. And so you're okay. Now if it's wham, normally you're not going to want to do that. But with this one, like I say, it's not that it's exceptionally pleasant, but it's very doable. And of course, as soon as they start to bring a fist or something in there, you're coming back right on. And you're not retracting enough. The problem with the retraction is, I did one and this is retracted. Now I'm here. Well, he retracted too. So go ahead, but that's okay. Bring that now out here from here. So now I'm racing him for it. And now I'm racing him for it. And now I managed to get a position again. Oh, but because it came back. Versus from here doing that same thing. If I'm bang, even though, notice where his fist is at to my arm. Bring that one out here. Boom, I'm already there. Boom, I'm already there as he was coming. He's bringing this one now, I'm already there, while dragging whatever's in front of me out of the way and coming after it like that. And I'm turning it into the position of all the other stuff going on here so that I can quickly shift this way, and or if its arm's up, bang, and I could be doing it with this. Not on the hard part of me against his hard part, yeah. But either cutting into him at an angle that's not good for him, knowing this is here so I can come, or bang bang so that it's already, so think about it like you're hitting a speed bag, it's boom, boom, and straight up in there. Be careful with your partner. Okay, so now we're going to add a little bit to this, because basically what I've shown you so far is just kind of how to run them over with it and use it and get in there and that kind of thing. And then I gave you a little bit on how to get some position using a little bit of stiff for the purposes of teaching beginners leg work, that as you get into it, it is not so stiff anymore. Or in terms of this, let's say it's here, bang, and then I'm, notice it was just bang in this kind of a, and or bring not really stiff in usage. And any stiffness you see me showing here is simply so it's easy for you to pick up. Ideally, you'd get rid of that as fast as you could and get very smooth and active with it. Carefully, I haven't hit him in any way that's hurting him at all. All right, so the next thing here with this, to help to build the skill with it, is to have your partner stand here. And when you put your first hand on, and notice I turned a little, I want him to throw that punch. And I turned, and here comes his next punch. And notice I put it right out through the middle and intercepted it. If I'm on this side, I intercepted there. If he was around coming this way, I intercepted there. That way. Right? And slowly bring that over. You can see that he's got this shot now, right? And so from here, I turned, literally just bang, bang, this way. And so what happens is I want him to be a little bit cagier, and so from here I did this, he comes with the other one. I went ahead and turned, so I went literally here, back, and so I intercepted with the first one, intercepted with it again, here comes the punch, intercepted with this one, this way, so you can see where this ended up. Bang, through it. This way, if I end up on the outside, or bring it again, or on the outside, or on the outside, or outside, or outside, bring that one out and around, or inside, bring that one out and around, inside. And so I'm in here doing this, and I'm having to move my waist in order to compensate, because if he just brings that and I don't move my waist, and I'm here, it's this. So I'm going to move my waist, go ahead. And then it opened him up and it put me in that position. If I'm on the outside, I might be here to begin with, but I turn my waist, he comes with the other one. I turn my waist back into him, coming. And I have to make sure that these are staying true to hitting that speed bag, because if I start getting into this too much, he's just going to clear it, well, so you just throw it right over top. Right? So I have to make sure that from here, that I'm here, coming this way, he starts to throw that out and over top. I step in to that, coming this way, bring that one out and around, right, bang, and or if I'm here and this one comes out over top, no, out over top, and I here to bring it to that. Be really careful with your partner, because you can tell if you're doing it wrong, you can end up pow, 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 this kind of a thing to your partner. If you do it right, it might be like, boom, punch to the throat, oh my God. So please, be careful. All right. So the other thing that, I know that the way I did the last one might be a little tough to follow, just because there's a skill set that you end up with after doing it for a while that begins to get pretty impressive in terms of where and how you're placing your technique, that when somebody's trying to duplicate that as a beginner is tough. So I'm going to give you something hopefully that'll help with that. So the simple of it being, do this once. Take that arm down, and then instead of worrying about that for the moment, come after the other hand on purpose. If you stayed back there, go straight down, turn around here. Go straight down on top of it. If you threw it, and I'm on the outside, bring it down, and know that I'm coming after that one now, and I'm coming after that one now, and I'm coming after that one now. And notice how we're both here. If he comes out and around, come after that one now. I know he's coming out and around with that one. Come after that one now. Come after that one now. Come after that one. Now this is a drill. This isn't the reality of it. Obviously we're kind of playing it and we're being easy, and it's giving him opportunity to throw in a whole lot. In real usage a little more, and I'll be careful with him here, it's going to be bang, bang, bang. And anybody looking would go, I went straight line the whole time. I sort of did, but I was, by the understandings that I got from the other two positions, I was controlling that position with my body's and arms interaction into that space that he's in, trying to throw out of. So do the two drills, really get the hang of going after the arms like that, and then start thinking, with the arm, I'm going to still go after that, but I know I've got to get that arm, and then still go after that, and then get the arm and still go after that. And if you're getting hit, it's go back to just arm, and so you've got that going on, and then you can go back towards, get the arm and go down the middle, you know, go after him here again as well. All right. Okay, another use here on the chain punches like this, or another way to think about this too, or another way to work it, I should say. If I'm here and you slap down my arm like you're coming, there's my better initial response from a simple standpoint of this. So I'm here wanting to throw these. You smack that down, I come like so. And you saw that was a little different than the first one, because the first one I was just putting it there. This time I actually did it with some sensitivity to what was going on. Also, if you did this and you came out, like you turn me wide, and I come in, boom, and when I do that, I've got to know that you might be like boom, boom, right? And so slowly do that, and I had to step in to compensate. And I literally did this for that compensation. So we'll show that same exact thing the same way, but on the other side. So he smacked this down, I went in, and I was coming for this, but he moved, but I knew my next one was there, right? And you can try to turn me further or whatever, it's all good. Bang, and you see this, and then step out of there, and I'm here, even though he's been pulled down by that. Now, if I try to do that same thing here slowly, I don't have quite the leverage for it. So in order to do it, I'm going to either have to turn towards it. I don't want to turn that far, because if I do, now he's taking your head off from the side. And any of these times where I've been turning, if it looked like that, I promise you it looked like that. I did not turn far enough for that to be the case, because that's going to be the immediate response of anybody streetwise, is you just turn sideways to them and they took your head off. So from here, if you turn me enough to try to get that, bang, and notice this possibly, and then I'm here for this is still, and then there it is. Because I went bang here, not because I went this way either. Do this again. See, this is if he's coming to get me in the head, it's still gonna, so we trade now. Eek. And so it really is bang forward, and notice it put me here. And I mean, I've got my whole body power behind that coming in. Here it is from this side again. And so now I can afford to let that go as I shave down through bland, I mean just on to it. Be careful with your partner. Okay, so now take these, and I want you to be a little slow but cagey, right? And notice I used it to walk right on in there, and then on this I'm punching out. Be careful. Good. And so you're here, and as soon as you do this, and you can even lead with a foot if you wanted to. So notice you did that one, came down. I know that one's there, so I could do this. Plow! Obviously not. And so do that same thing again. Boom, 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 and coming out, right? And then from here, let's say that I'm this way, and I came here, and it's not that I went out to meet that. I did this. And so, boom, and cutting in and across, watch your face and head. And then on in there, and you're running them over with these. Start coming. Right? Come back up. Hold on a second. So show that. Right? You just feel it, and so what's happening there is that if I was here, bring that up to my head there if you would. Push it on in there. It's that, but it's not, it's this. That's what's happening on the neutralization. And as soon as I get that, I'm coming here, or, and back up out there. So just so you know, you can see it. Right? And notice whatever he's got in front of me, I'm just reaching out there and snatching it downward and hitting, and snatching it downward and hitting, snatching it downward and hitting, snatching it downward and hitting. No matter what he's put out there, I'm just hammering through it, coming after him in the middle. Be very careful with your partner doing that, because you can really hurt him much more than you would think at first until you get used to what's happening. And even then you can hurt him, but be careful.